Welcome. This is the Modern Geek Podcast. Coming at you live. Please subscribe through YouTube or Twitch. Hope you enjoy the show. Hey everybody, this is the Modern Geek, also known as Vant Mario, and we're here with another Modern Geek Talks. What I wanted to go over today, and for the most part we usually do unboxing videos, but I was fortunate enough to get my hands on something pretty special. So we are, of course, very close to E3, very close to the conferences where they're going to be showing off some of the new stuff we're going to be seeing coming later in the summer and the holiday. Excuse me. And of course, one of the biggest announcements, if you haven't been around, and I've been saying I was going to do a video about this and I haven't gotten a chance to, and this is my chance, is the announcement of Disney Infinity and their third installment. So it has been let out of the bag that the third installment of Disney Infinity will, of course, focus on Star Wars. Most of us were pretty close and pretty understanding of this. I mean, for us that are Disney Infinity fans and play the game, obviously the unlocks that we got and the ultimate unlocks were all Star Wars related. Disney bought Star Wars, I shouldn't say bought Star Wars because it's wrong, bought Lucas Arts and Films so that they own Star Wars. So it kind of made a lot of sense that the third one would be geared towards that, since the first one was Disney, second one was Marvel, third one is Star Wars. And what's really cool is, in kind of an unprecedented move, Disney's been really forthcoming with a lot of the details, kind of ahead of E3. And one of the cool things that came out was that they were letting some publications kind of have a first crack, first look. And it's actually not out yet, but I was able to get a copy of it. But Gameinformer, which is pretty awesome, actually did an entire spread on Disney Infinity. So this is kind of our first look at all of, or not all of, but the roster of Star Wars characters to be in Disney Infinity, which I'm so psyched about. And it's a cover-to-cover issue. They did a full cover. And then it also gives us a sneak peek at the Marvel and Disney related items that will be excuse me, part of 3.0. And a couple of cool things to note about this. You'll notice Ultron from Age of Ultron's there. The Hulkbuster from Age of Ultron is there. But you'll also notice way in the back excuse me, Tron. So we at one time thought we were not going to get those figures. They were only going to be digital. But now we know in 3.0 we will be getting Flynn. And I wanted to say Cortana, but that's not her name. Her name, but the last ISIS, the last ISO, excuse me. We're going to get her, and then also Inside Out, if you haven't seen the trailer yet, that's one of the characters, I believe it's Joy. And then, really cool, going to get an alternative Mickey Mouse, so not Sorcerer Mickey, but a totally new Mickey with new moves and new stuff. So pretty cool, full cover. And what's really cool about the article, and I want to say thank you to the individuals that allowed me to get my hands on this early. And I apologize, I'm a little bit of a cold. So if I sound snuffly and nasally, that is why. But yeah, so I mean, it's a huge article. And it's cool because it shows us some concept art. And the article is really awesome because it really takes us through the studios and what they're working on. Really showing how they tuned into the concept and background, lightsaber combat. It alleviates to some of the play sets that we're going to see. So play sets based on classic Star Wars, Clone Wars. It gives us a nice, there's another nice shot of all of the characters part of that play set. So the Clone Wars play set. We're also going to have a New Hope playset with the classic characters like Luke and Leia, Han and Chewbacca. How they're relying on, again, outside companies. So here's the classic Star Wars playset, which is going to have Vader, Chewbacca, Han Solo, Leia, and Luke. Yeah, and it talks about how Ninja Theory and Studio Go-Go, which are outside studios that did Guardians of the Galaxy playset, they also did the Pirates of the Caribbean playset, how they're taking on some of these playsets in the combat system. So they're getting really great lightsaber combat, really great force combat, to really add those abilities into Disney Infinity in a great way. So it actually details all of the playsets. It also details some of the, I believe it covers some of the some of the mechanics they're going to bring into the toy box. There's going to be farming and things of that. So for playsets, Twilight of the Republic, Rise Against the Empire, Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, Inside Out, an unnamed Marvel playset. So they have alluded that there's going to be, so that's pretty cool, because if you count that, that's 5 playsets, 3 Star Wars playsets, 1 Pixar playset, and they've said that there's going to be an Age of Ultron playset. And then what's also cool, and it's a little tough to see in the picture, but there's a picture there with a lot of Tron vehicles, and it's our 2 Tron characters, Flynn and the last ISO, and some of the gliders and stuff, which is pretty cool. So it kind of gives us new mini games, new toy box mechanics. So it gives us some really cool and nice things to take a look at. Space combat, space vehicles, and then gives us some of the toy box only characters. So it gives us some of those folks. Minnie will also be an addition this time around. It's really, really cool. And like I said, in a very unprecedented move, really a nice access piece of all kinds of cool stuff that's going to be inside the Infinity platform, and really giving us a nice dedicated spotlight look at what that might look like. So I'm really kind of divulging a lot of the article, you know, and just really going through everything with us and really detailing it. So, and in general, they've just shared a lot. They've had Twitch streams, they've had live streams, giving us a lot of that information in our hands right out of the gate, which is pretty awesome. I'd love to hear in the comments what are some of the things that you're most anticipating in the playset. And if you want to take a look at Twitch, we actually have been doing a series on building a Star Wars toy box with 2.0 pieces. It's been kind of interesting because it's really funny how far you can take it with what we have already. And I can only imagine once we get the other pieces, like how more refined that could be and how more refined that stuff will be. But I thought it was really cool, and I wanted to kind of do a little talk on it. I thought the article, like I said, it really was more information up front than I've seen them do in a while, and they haven't even done like an official event where they talked about it, so that's pretty cool in my book, and really my hat's off to them. And I just feel like they're really giving us a lot more up front, which is really building my excitement for it. Can't wait to get a release date. I know you can pre-order the starter set at GameStop. They've alluded to, and it's in that article actually, they allude to a collector's edition possibly. So for the last time around, if you guys are familiar with Disney Infinity, they had a collector's base for Marvel, which was a light up frost giant they put all the Avengers on, which is on my desk now. My Hulk is ready to go. And just for the sake of argument for you folks that are not necessarily Disney Infinity fans and don't know what I'm talking about, Disney Infinity is a toy-to-life game where you take toys that have little NFC chips in them and put them on a base, and then you are able to play as that character. What's really cool about Disney Infinity is that not only is there structured gameplay that are adventures or things you can do, but there's also the ability for you to create and build. So if you can literally think about having a toy box filled with every Disney property that they ever had, both classic Disney, Pixar, Marvel, all of the properties that they own, having it in a toy box or having it in a box and being able to place and put and create a whole world out of that, and mash everything up and make all these interesting things and create all these different mechanics. So literally creating levels, games, you know, worlds that you want to build and be in. That's the cool part about Disney Infinity. It's not only a linear game, but it's also open. You can create whatever game you want with the characters and pieces that you get and you unlock. So it's pretty cool. Please check out the other videos on my channel. You could also check out Twitch, where we have live streaming gameplay and past broadcasts that you can look at. But I'd love to hear in the comments, if you are a Disney Infinity fan, what are your thoughts? How have you been dealing with the amazing announcement of Star Wars? I mean, we can be Han Solo. We will be able to fly the Millennium Falcon. These are things that they have said. I'm most anticipatingly looking forward to, from Clone Wars. Why am I blanking on names now? Sokatawa. It's not her name. I forgot her name, but the Padawan of Anakin Skywalker. What's awesome, she did dual lightsabers, so there are going to be dual lightsaber combats, and you can dual wield lightsabers, which also, by the way, because they've built in lightsaber combat, apparently sword wielding characters will have better mechanics. I'm also, of course, looking forward to playing Yoda, because Yoda is the bomb. Using the Force in the toy box is going to be amazing. And I'm actually really looking forward to, I dig playing villains, so I'm going to love, I know, playing Ultron. I'm praying to God that we get a Darkwing Duck figure. They said it was this close in 2.0. I want a Darkwing Duck figure. I hope it's an unannounced figure that we have not seen yet. Yeah, and I know that's what I'm really looking forward to. But definitely leave your comments, leave what you're thinking. I'd love to hear from you what that is, and go further with you. So please, guys, if you like the video, subscribe. If you want to hear more news, more things, you gotta subscribe to YouTube. If you want to see the gameplay, you gotta subscribe to Twitch. And I would love to see you guys back, and I love to see your comments, and I'd love to see you at the next video. Take care.